Listen to our air boss, Russell Royce, as he gives taxi instructions to Lieutenant Colonel Hentz in the F-15 Eagle. They are going to do what they call a hosing down, and they're going to get water fire extinguishers, and when he steps out of the jet, they are going to pepper him with fire extinguishers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, capability for short and vertical takeoff and landing, just like the Harrier did. 3 different versions. Today we get to see 2 of the 3, and this one is the new. In addition to flying for the demonstration team, these pilots are instructor pilots to train and equip Navy and Marine Corps pilots and maintenance personnel to operate and sustain this joint strike fighter aircraft. They got their first F-35 back in 2017. They reached their initial operational capability. We've seen the tactical pitch. Let's take a look now as they do. Now as 811, Lieutenant Calvi exits out to the left. He's going to come back around and do a belly-up pass. Let me tell you a little bit about the weaponry in this aircraft. It's able to carry the advanced medium-range air-to-air missile, the A-120, and the A-9 Sidewinder heat-seeking missile, as well as a variety of GPS and laser-guided bombs. But in order to maintain its stealth capability, it's carried, all the weapons are carried inside in 2 different weapons bays. Cameras ready as it approaches from the left as Lieutenant Calvi cycles the weapons bay doors, and you can see where those bombs and missiles hide. Can you hear me?
Rob Ryder, I'm up with you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, listen, this airplane will go super fast, faster than you're allowed to go here near the ground, but you can show them how slow it'll go, can't you?
That's right. I'm going to try to get this 48,000 pounds of metal down to about 100 miles an hour here.
Wow, 43,000 pounds. Well, call the speeds, we're listening.
All right, Roger, right now I'm at 160 miles an hour, slowing down. It's 140.
I would
130.
See next is something that is called a carrier break to a touch and go. During flight operations, the carrier and its fleet, the aircraft carrier, that large ship, is at its most vulnerable because they always point into the wind. They don't vary their heading. In order to get better slow speed handling characteristics of the airplane as they launch through and come back to the wind. And when he gets to just over 300 miles per hour, just under 300, I guess, he will lower the landing gear. If he were on the deck of an aircraft carrier or approaching the deck of an aircraft carrier, he would lower the tail hook, and he would have just about a 40-foot spot to put that tail hook down to catch one of 3 or 4 wires stretched across the deck of the aircraft carrier. 3/4 mile, call the ball.
443, lightning bowling for Calvi.
Roger ball. Whether he catches the tail hook on a wire or not, he'll shove the throttles forward just in case there is a bolter.
Bolter.
He shoves the throttles forward and goes around. The gear comes up. As Lieutenant Calvi now exits to the right, he'll be setting up for the high-speed pass and he'll call the speeds.
Slightly under the speed of sound here at sea level.
That's right, that'll be about 0.95.
And we want to be careful not to be breaking the speed of sound, right? Dogs start howling and windows start breaking.
If you say so.
Call them out.
600 miles an hour. 650. That's your 0.95.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Lieutenant Joe Calvi. Left. He's going to show just how tight a circle this aircraft can turn in. He says he's going to pull some G's because when he comes by show center, he will bank sharply to the left. 90 degrees of bank. Yank that stick back, and he will then experience over 7 times the force of gravity, over 7 times his normal body weight, as the Lockheed Martin F-35C Lightning II presents to you the minimum radius tour. The turn C-11 is now positioning for his final maneuver of today's performance as he approaches for one last tactical pitch. He'll use this tight turning capability to gain out that has been responsible for the building of so many amazing airplanes since World War II. A mile-long production line that is so advanced, and the construction methods are so advanced that even though these aircraft are lined up, you don't even have to wear hearing protection in the production line. It is quiet, it is amazing, and this is the magic of the Lightning II. Capabilities, their full observable materials and design makes their radar cross-section extremely hard to see. They have passive radar that they can use to locate targets and destroy targets without being detected by the enemy. It is an amazing airplane, and we are so pleased that our United States Navy and your United States Navy, as well as the Marine Corps and the Air Force and our partner nations, have this most advanced aircraft. What's happening now is that Lieutenant Calvi, 811, and Lieutenant Hinkle, Lieutenant Commander Hinkle, Strokes, are joining up with another pilot, and that is Mark Hubbard. Mark Hubbard was flying the Corsair that we saw take off earlier, and they are going to set up for the last of your United States Navy's tailhook legacy flight. It has also been at the forefront of flight pairs venerable warbirds from our Navy's past with a high-tech weapons system known as the F-35C Lightning II. Through these unique and dynamic formation flight demonstrations, we aim to inspire the best and brightest of the next generation of young Americans to join the ranks of naval aviation. In its early years, naval air power played second fiddle to the great dreadnought of the high seas, the battleship. Scouting for enemy ships was the limit of the new aircraft's mission. But during World War II, at the battles of the Coral Sea and Midway, projecting power from aircraft carriers shaped the future of naval combat. Through the inspired heroism of a handful of naval aviators, two of the most Mark Hubbard and the Chance Vaught, actually Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company built FG-1D Corsair. He was born aboard Blytheville, Arkansas Air Force Base, but he realized in a very early age to pursue his passion for flying. He retired as a captain after 28 years of service, a combat veteran with over 5,000. This formation will set up for its final break of the tailhook legacy flight. Let's watch overhead and listen as Mark Hubbard calls the commands for pitch up, break, and roll. Presentation of the single-engine, piston-driven fighter in the world to exceed, the first one to exceed 400 miles per hour. originally designed for use aboard the carrier. Fuselage behind an 18-cylinder Pratt & Whitney R2800 2,000 horsepower motor that swung a prop with a diameter of 13.5 feet. Behind the motor was a big fuel tank. This airplane on the deck of a carrier because of one of the things that they did was that they changed the canopy from the original greenhouse canopy to a canopy similar to ones used on their Supermarine Spitfires called a Malcolm hood. And so the British made it possible for the Corsair to be used on board the decks of carriers. But prior to that time, it was assigned to Marine Corps units, and VF-214, the Black Sheep Squadron, led by then 31-year-old Captain Pappy Boyington, led his band of pilots as 811 and Strokes come by again. The Black Sheep Squadron was able to rack up an impressive score against Japanese targets, including Pappy Boyington's own 28 kills in the Corsair against Japanese aircraft. Getting ready to take off here as we also get ready to land a couple of these, the two remaining F. Still to come, we're going to meet two pilots we saw fly at the beginning of our show. They circled the jumpers. Ken Reeder, Red Line 1, and Adam Baker, Red Line 2, in their formation display. After that, we're going to see the helicopters from Marine Air Group 49 flying their Iroquois and Cobra helicopters. Kevin Coleman comes back to fly his bone-crushing routine in his extra 330SC aircraft. Shockwave, I think, is going to come back. I'm told there's a grudge match that still exists between him, Chris Darnell, Shockwave's driver, and Kevin Coleman. Then we've got the United States Navy Blue Angels. Chevron Oronite Oak Park is proud to serve as the presenting sponsor of the 2022 New Orleans Airshow. For almost 80 years, Oak Point has produced fuel and lubricant additives that are important to the world, helping enable our modern way of life. Our specialty additives manufacturing plant services the marine shipping industries, railroads, the automotive industry, and many other applications. Chevron Oronite Oak Point, delivering value in many ways now and into the future. We also want to thank United Rentals, SBD Consultants, Fox 8 Live, iHeartMedia, Southern Eagle and Bud Light, NASJRB Credit Union, and Patrician Management. Born in Oklahoma and went to school at Oklahoma State University in the number 2 aircraft in Red Line 2. It's an extra 330. It's a very powerful airplane. Different airplanes going to fly formation together, but the Red Line 1 and Red Line 2 will be in here shortly. Jesse Panzer taking the runway now, just about ready to take off. coming. Give them a wave, everybody. Raptors on the way out. Lieutenant David Hinkle and Lieutenant Commander Strokes Hinkle. Strike fighter that headed all the way back to Naval Air Station Lemoore in California. Sure great to have them